everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. Let me introduce myself. So I'm Carla. I'm currently 10 weeks postpartum, and for some strange reason I thought that now was the right time to start YouTube. I've got lots of plans for videos, so I'm a massive fan of fashion, beauty, M&S, M&S food. I mean, who isn't? So I'm hoping as the YouTube channel progresses, there's going to be lots more exciting content coming your way. Today's video, I didn't really know where to start, to be honest. So I thought just a little bit of an introduction, who I am, what I want to do, what I plan to do. And yeah, I mean, thank you for clicking on the video. I'm hoping it's what you expected. And of course, if you continue to watch, thank you. So I have a few things that I want to share with you in today's video. So a couple of things that I've been using for a long time and absolutely love. And then a couple of new things that I've picked up recently in boots that I haven't even tried yet, but I'll hopefully spend the next few days testing them, trying them, and then hopefully come back to another YouTube video with my thoughts. So where to start? Let's go with, I think, this. So the Maybelline Sky High Sensational Mascara. Now I've got the shade Burgundy Haze. Now I was always someone that wore false eyelashes all the time. So I historically used to get extensions put on, and then I just found a love for applying them myself. So going into Boots, Superdrug, getting your kind of generic strip eyelashes, sometimes individual, and then just applying them myself. Unfortunately, as probably most of you know, they ruin your own eyelashes, which I did find out. So I'm kind of on a little bit of a journey, I would say, with my eyelashes at the minute. They are getting there slowly, but I kind of pushed the eyelash thing to one side. Don't want to do that anymore. So I'm kind of on a little bit of a journey, growing back my own eyelashes, which were always really long anyway. So I don't even know why I bothered putting eyelash extensions on. Who knows? So yeah, that's kind of an excuse for me to buy multiple mascaras, find out what works, find out what suits. Because I do like that look of having nice, long, thick eyelashes, but obviously once you've had extensions, you can forget that. So back to this sensational Sky High Mascara from Maybelline, shade Burgundy Haze. Now I was always a black mascara girl, if I'm honest, and it wasn't until recently I went out with my sister and we took a trip to Boots and she recommended this to me. Best thing ever. It's amazing. It's a really, really nice soft colour. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of, the camera will pick that up, but a really nice soft burgundy colour that's really, really great for blue eyes, which I have. They do lots of different shades actually, and you can see on the pictures, it's definitely Boots, and you can see all the different colours, and they were matching them with potential obviously eye colours, which I thought was really helpful. Brown is also really great. Black of course is amazing, but it is quite harsh, so if you're somebody that doesn't like that really harsh black sort of effect on your eyes, brown is definitely the way forward. I have been a brown mascara user before, but since trying this, I'm not sure I'm going to go back. So yeah, Maybelline Sky High Mascara, Burgundy Haze, great choice. Okay, so next up I have the Drunk Elephant Bronzing Drops. Now, as you can probably tell, I do like to have a nice tan, fake of course, but these are amazing for someone who likes that sun-kissed, natural, glowy look, but without the effort, if you like. I mean, I do fake tan my face. I'm not really a massive foundation user. I mean, I do have it. Multiple foundations that I buy and think, oh yeah, I'm going to try that. Never really use it. Always go back to these. They're amazing. Super, super easy to use, super easy to blend. Simply just, you can either drop it onto your hand if you prefer, or I tend to just drop it directly onto my face, so both my cheeks, forehead and then chin, and then just buff it in with a big blending brush, and it just gives you a really nice sun-kissed soft glow. A little does go a long way. So if you're someone that likes just that little bit of a sun-kissed glow perhaps on your cheeks, you can just pop it on your cheekbones, just to give more of a bit of a highlight as opposed to like a full coverage. But as I said, a little goes a long way, so you don't need much, and they do last a long time. I mean, I've probably got about a quarter of this left, so I am going to need some more soon, which I will be buying. But yeah, they're amazing. So anyone that kind of wants that sun-kissed glow with minimal effort, I definitely recommend these. Okay, so kind of paired with the tanning side of things with the face. Next is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Now, I had one of these in I think it was an advent calendar actually, but it was a mini version. So a little bit smaller than this. So you can see this one's quite, it's quite big. The one that I had in the advent calendar was much smaller, but still quite deep. And I used it and absolutely loved it. So there was no way on this earth I could purchase anything different because I got used to using it. It was amazing. I do find that with this, quite a little bit goes a long way. So you don't need much and it lasts a long time, which is amazing. You can see I've not had this for that long and I've still got quite a bit left, not hit the pan just yet. So yeah, it's amazing. It's quite a buildable colour. So if you're somebody that perhaps likes that little bit more of a deeper bronze on the face, you can absolutely do that with this. But obviously, if you're also someone that likes just a little bit of colour, you can do that also. So yeah, Benefit Hoola Bronzer. I think you can get different shades in this. So I think there are some slightly darker ones. I don't think there's anything lighter. I think this is possibly the lightest. I would need to double check that. But I do think there are a couple of shades that are slightly darker. Again, if you're somebody that likes that slightly more darker effect. But yeah, Benefit Hoola Bronzer, I think it's a win for most people. I think a lot of people like this. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Okay, so lastly in my little collection of things I've been loving for a long time is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. Now this, I think, is amazing. Now, I'm someone that loves blush. I love how it looks. But what I don't always like is how heavy I think some blushes can sometimes look. And whilst this one I feel is super pigmented, so you only need a tiny little bit and it goes a really long way. You can also build it up. So if you're, again, like with the bronzer, if you're someone that likes to have a lot of deep, dense colour on your face, you can absolutely do that with this. I only use the tiniest of amounts. And when I say tiny amounts, I mean the tiniest dot. So you can see you've got like a sponge dofer applicator, and I literally just take the very tip of it onto the kind of apples of my cheeks, and then just use a nice soft blending brush just to blend it out. This is going to last me for ages. I'm not going to get through this very quick. But I do really recommend it. There are multiple other colours in this. I don't remember any of them off the top of my head, I'm sorry. But Dusty Rose I know I think is quite a popular one. From a couple of the trips I've taken to Boots recently, when I've looked at the e.l.f. counter in particular, this is one that's either been sold out or has got very minimal left. So I think it's safe to say it's very popular. So yeah, e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. Okay, so finally then, for the last part of this first YouTube video, feels really weird to say that, I've got a few items that I just want to show you that I've recently picked up. A little bit of skincare and then a couple of makeup bits. The first one I want to show you is a skincare product, and it's the Tree Hut Watermelon Shea Sugar Scrub. Now, as mentioned before, I am someone that does like to have a tan, so I am an avid fake tanner. And these things come in real handy for when you get to those days, you know, when your skin goes a little bit dry, it needs scrubbing off, you want to apply a new layer, but you know, you're scrubbing. And these are brilliant because it means you can scrub it all off, put it on fresh, and it's great. I've not personally tried this one before. I have heard great things about it. So it's the watermelon scent, and I know certainly from smelling it before I started this video, it smells amazing. So it literally smells just like fresh watermelon. It's amazing. It's quite a gloopy consistency, so when I first took the lid off earlier, it was really gloopy, so it was quite a bit that was stuck to the lid. And I quite like that. I like the thought of it feeling nice and thick, so you can really get a really good buff on your body, and obviously hopefully get as much of that fake tan off as possible. I guess you don't need to have it just for fake tan. You can have it for just a general body scrub, and I'm sure it will be equally as amazing. Obviously, I'm yet to try it, so I don't actually know what it's going to be like, but what I'm hoping to do is for the next few days, try some of these items and then come back to you with my thoughts in a new video. Okay, so next up, and still sticking with skincare, is the Simple Booster Serum with vitamins C, E and F. So there are a couple of these in this range. I noticed, I think there was 3 in total when I popped into Boots the other day. I think one had hyaluronic acid in, this one of course with the vitamin C, E and F, and then there was a third one which I can't quite remember what it had in it, but there were 3 kind of different ones within the range. This one, if I'm honest, was the one that stood out to me because I like the fact that it's got instant visible results for youthful glowing skin. And I love the thought of having a glowing complexion. I really like that dewy effect, and I think if it's going to help kind of with dry skin, then it's going to be a win. Of course, I've not tried it, so I don't know what it's like. I do quite like the idea of being able to apply it with a pipette, if I'm honest. So it comes in a tiny little bottle, and then you've got your little pipette applicator in here. So it recommends on the bottle that you pop it on after you've cleansed your skin, toned it. You can pop it on with moisturiser, so you can kind of blend it in with your moisturiser, or you can just pop it straight onto your face and then buff it in and then pop your moisturiser on top. So yeah, I'm quite excited to try this one, if I'm honest. It is currently on offer in Boots, so it's on Advantage card price. If you do have a Boots Advantage card, now's your time to go. But I will of course report back, and yeah, I'm super excited for this one. Okay, so finally for the new product selection that I've got for you, I've got 3 things, 2 of which are the same but just different colours, and the other one is a tinted serum. So the first one I want to chat to you about is the Revolution Balm Glow. Now, the first thing that really attracted me to this, after seeing it on, again, another YouTube video, told you, I'm sheep, and I just really like the idea that it's got that word glow in it again. So I'm sure you'll gather that from watching me on YouTube and through all these videos, especially when it comes to makeup and skincare, glow, it's my thing. I love to glow. Now, this is kind of like a multi-purpose thing. So there's no kind of specific area of your face or your neck or your chest area, if you like, that you have to put this. You can pop it anywhere. So it's like a multi-purpose glow. Now, I went for 2 colours because I couldn't pick. So I went for Peach Bliss, which is this one here, which I'll show you in a second. And then I went for Sun-Kissed Nude. So if we have a little look at Sun-Kissed Nude, it comes in like a little pot, which I quite like actually, because it means that you can keep it nice and clean, screw the lid back on, pop it in your makeup bag, you know it's kind of not going to come loose or anything like that. And it looks a little bit like this. Now I remember looking at it in the shop and thinking, wow, that kind of looks quite dark. But I think when you actually rub it in, I think it's going to be quite light. So you can see it is quite a dark colour in the pot. But I think when you kind of take like a small amount on the tip of your finger, rub it in, it is going to be quite a nice sheer glow. You can, I mean, it does recommend on the box that you pop it on your cheeks, on your lips, but it is kind of a multi-purpose balm, so you can pop it anywhere that you want that little bit of extra glow. So yeah, that one is Sun-Kissed Nude. And then the second one I got was Peach Bliss. Now again, I couldn't choose, and I mean I think they were $5.99, so a really reasonable price for actually something that looks quite amazing and is quite nice packaging as well. So this one here is Peach Bliss, so as you can see, quite a lot brighter. So I guess this one is probably more for the cheeks, so your cheekbones, and then perhaps a little bit on your lips. Whereas I think the slightly darker ones, if we just pop them together, I think you can probably have that as like a little flush of colour anywhere on your face really, or your neck, or your kind of your chest area here, you know, particularly in the summer, you know, if you've got like a strappy top or something like that. But yeah, £5.99 each, which is why I got both, because I thought, you know what, I don't know what colour I want, so I'm going to choose both. So what I'll do is spend the next couple of days, as I said, using those, and I'll report back. Hopefully they'll be amazing, fingers crossed. There are a couple more shades. I think there was 4 in total. So there are a couple more shades. You know, if you're someone that perhaps prefers a bit more of a toned down look, there was one that was quite a lot lighter actually than both of those. So yeah, so Revolution, Balm Glow, Multi-Use Glow for the face. So excited to use those. Okay, so last up from my kind of new collection of products that I've picked up over the past couple of days is the Hydra Tint Moisturising Tinted Serum from Sculpted by Amy. Now, this is a brand that I've heard quite a bit on social media recently, and I know that the serum is something definitely that a lot of people have been using. And of course, as I said before, I'm a sheep, so I wanted to try it. So I popped into Boots. Now, I would recommend, if you are looking to try this, there are quite a few shades. So I definitely recommend popping into Boots, having a look at what they've got, matching it with your skin there and then, rather than trying to buy it online. You probably could get quite a good idea. I mean, I've got a shade 6 in this. Now, there were about 3 or 4 shades much darker, and then there was quite a few that were lighter. But again, it depends on your skin tone, whether you've got kind of like those ready undertones, or whether you've kind of got those cooler undertones of your skin. So I definitely think go in and try it, because some of them, although they look a bit darker, appear a little bit cooler when you've actually got them next to your skin, and vice versa. So definitely recommend going in. So for reference, as I said, I got shade 6. Now it is quite a small bottle, that's what I will say, but I don't know again whether it's one of these things that a little goes a long way, so whether you only need just a tiny little bit. Now, it's not, I don't think, going to give you a coverage like a foundation, because it's not a foundation, it literally is a tinted serum, so I suppose a little bit like a tinted moisturiser. Now, I think for me this will be perfect, because I'm someone, as mentioned before, I don't like that kind of heavy foundation feel on my skin, which is why most of the time I tend to use these Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. I will every now and again put a little bit of foundation on if I'm feeling like I want to explore a little bit more, but it really is a minimal amount. So I'm hoping this is kind of going to give me the look of perhaps having that little bit more coverage, but not as much coverage as perhaps a normal standard foundation would. So yeah, I'm going to try this over the next couple of days. I'm hoping that the shade's going to be perfect. It looked fine in the shop. I did try a couple of shades. I can't remember the other ones I tried, but I did have a couple on my hand, a couple on the side of my face. And this one, for me, felt like it matched my skin the best. So yeah, it has got SPF 20 in as well. So that's, I think, is really, really good. Obviously, SPF is really, really important on your face. SPF 50 would be even better. But I wouldn't just perhaps rely on this. I'd make sure SPF underneath your makeup, skincare, etc. Make sure you've got it on as well. But it does have an SPF 20 in it, so that's really, really good. It's also got hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, which is really good as well. I'm yet to obviously experience it. I'm yet to try it. It is amazing from what other people have said, so I'm sure it's not going to disappoint. So yeah, Sculpted by Amy Hydra Tint. Try it. I'm excited to try it, and let me know if you've got it. Let me know your thoughts. Pop something down in the comments box below, what you think of it. You know, if you found that it worked, if you found that it was good, if you've got anything that you think's better. So I think it's always really good for us to kind of have this sort of open communication about these sorts of things to help each other more than anything. Because I don't know about you, but I go into shops sometimes and I just look at the vast majority of stuff they've got, and I just think I don't even know where to start. So yeah, if you've got it, let me know what your thoughts were. If you yet to try it, again, let me know. And of course, when I come back in another video with kind of my thoughts on these new bits, of course I will make sure to include this. I do know as well that in that particular range they've got lots of other things. They've got bronzers, they've got blushers, they've got eye pencils, they've got lip glosses, they've got so many things. I was quite surprised actually to find that particular brand in our local Boots, because it is quite small. So to say that I was excited when I found that they did do it in our local Boots was probably a bit of an understatement. So yeah, let me know if you've got any of those things and let me know what you think. And I think that probably rounds up this first video. I feel like I've just gone a little bit all over the place, to be honest. I didn't really know where to start, and I don't know why on earth I've kind of even considered starting a YouTube when I'm 10 weeks postpartum, but here we are. It's something I've always wanted to do, actually, but I think it's just, like with everyone, it's that I need to start it. I need to start it. And you keep telling yourself, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do a video, and then you never do, and then yeah, we are where we are. So yeah, I'm 10 weeks postpartum to a beautiful baby girl. And yeah, I want to include a little bit of baby content as well, because I know that actually sometimes, you know, having just one channel focused on one specific thing is great, but actually sometimes it's quite nice to have that little bit of a mix. You know, and vlogs is something I'd quite like to kind of move on to at some point. But I think we'll take each day as it comes. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I mean, I hope, like I said, that it's what you expected when you clicked on it. And I really do hope that you liked it enough to subscribe. I'd be so, so grateful. Obviously, this is a starting point for me. I'm not quite sure where it's going to end up. But I would be really, really grateful for your support. So please, please click subscribe. Don't forget to tap that notification bell as well, because I know as a avid YouTube watcher myself, if you don't click that little notification bell, you don't get all the notifications, obviously, when people post new videos. So yeah, please make sure you click it. Any questions that you have on anything that I've mentioned, pop it down in the comments box. And if you've got any ideas about what videos you'd like to see from me, please pop it in the comments box as well. You know, I'm open to suggestions. Like I said, this is all completely new to me. And although I watch YouTube all the time, it's when you come to start it yourself, it's you kind of stall and think, oh my word, I don't know where to start. So yeah, any recommendations, of course, I will absolutely try my best. Pop them in the box below, and hopefully I can do something for you. So yeah, thank you again for watching. I hope you're well, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.